Welcome to Gaming Fin, your channel for everything related to the gaming industry and to financial markets. And this is a portfolio update. And of course, you can already guess what I'm going to talk about today. I have one positive and one negative news. So I would say I would start with the negative news, and you can see it already here on my portfolio. You can see it on my portfolio if you're looking at Activision Blizzard. So the Federal Trade Commission, the FTC of the United States, they are more or less allowing, it's a little bit more complicated, but allowing the acquisition of Activision Blizzard by Microsoft. So, and what was the reaction of its Activision Blizzard stock, which the acquisition should be then something around $96. So the stock was jumping to $91.11 right now. So I make this video actually even a bit before the closing, but around 10% up Activision Blizzard. So this means for my portfolio $1,194 up. So that's now a very nice position on Activision Blizzard with a gain of 5,454 dollars. So it's in dollars, of course. So open gains are then over 1,000, and the daily gains alone 2.8%, $1,728. So that's pretty cool. And I would say in the stream, in the context of this very positive news with regard to the Activision Blizzard Microsoft deal, you can see that actually also some other gaming stocks were profiting, like Unity Software also up with around about 9.38%, Take-Two with 4.4%. That's pretty good. So, and I'm actually getting closer, guys. I'm getting closer to be at averaging at zero in my Take-Two stock. So that's actually very, very good to see that finally Take-Two stock is coming back. So Nexon ADR is also now equal at 0.06%. Playway is up today nicely. Playtika, the Israeli gaming company, is also up 2.16%, and I'm still angry that I didn't buy more than just here $383 invested at the moment. That's terrible. Nacon actually comes back, 1.88 euros. Bloober is also a little bit back. Embracer, oh my god, everything's so bad with Embracer. All the bad news, but Embracer is now at 1.27%. Ubisoft 1.2%, so around about 25 euros. So I think we can see some consolidation in Ubisoft, but hey, be aware that it still can go in both directions very, very quickly. So not a financial advisor, YouTuber, retail investor. Make your own research, guys. So, and ENAD, another Swedish little gaming holding, is not really a lot of up because the acquisition rumors were not confirmed for now. Corsair, more or less nothing happened. Tencent, nothing happened. And then Starbreeze, Starward Industry, and Rovio. Rovio is another gaming company that's going, or is already being acquired. I have to check if it's already been acquired. So I was actually already accepting the offer by Sega Sammy to buy the stock from me. So I make $347. So that's a very, very little gain. So I'm a bit sad actually that I didn't have more Rovio. It's terrible. I should have had more Rovio. So on this news, then Microsoft is down, slightly down, CD Projekt down, and then you see all of the other stocks down. And the other big negative, you can see it here, guys, that's the big negative. It's Digital Pros, 15% down, 15% down, and it's how as I expected it. It is really as I expected it. So let's go here. That's Digital Pros. And now you might ask, who is Digital Pros? So we can go quickly to the company. We have an overview. So the video games of Discover More, those are the games of Digital Pros, like for example Ghost Runner, Ayuden Chronicle, Crime Boss is popular. That's an Epic exclusive. Death Stranding, they have their fingers therein. Assetto Corsa is one of the popular games for them. Control, Journey to the Savage Planet, a game that I didn't like so much, but Terraria also, they they have a little role there, Bloodstained, Human Fall Flat. So, and also in Payday 2, for example, they had their fingers in. So I would say overall a cool company with a bunch of very nice games, sometimes average quality games, but sometimes also very good games, very popular games. Like Death Stranding was very popular, and then maybe average games. Crime Force was not so popular. Bloodstained was very popular. Terraria, of course. Control, semi-popular. So, but you make your own mind there, of course. So, and that's now the chart of Digital Pros. So I really wanted to show this to you. And I'm with Google Finance. I'm not always so. It's not always so clear, actually, if the PE ratio is directly calculated. So therefore, I would say if this is now 7.58 PE ratio for a gaming stock, that sounds pretty nice. But on the other hand, hey, look at this. So if you were investing in 2000, then you are down now. You are down now, guys. So it's an Italian gaming company. So therefore, always take care. Always take care when you invest in stocks like this. And for a very long time, they were not more worth than 150 euros. And then, of course, in the whole Corona crash, post-Corona times, they went like crazy to 41. This is clearly a bubble. I bought around 25. I think I started to buy a very small position for 200 euros. Then again, a small position of 200 euros. And today I had an offer in. I had an offer at 15.6 euros, and the offer has been executed. Now I could, for example, say, look guys, now I could say, well, I mean, if I would have really known that they go so far down, then maybe I should have put my offer around 15 euros or 14 euros. But I put my offer a little bit more higher. So because I thought there is maybe some level where people would have their stop losses and then they would sell their stock. So that's a little bit my trading strategy. People asking me often, Mr. Orange, what is your trading strategy? So I actually buy there where I think that other people have their stop losses. So, and I'm averaging down. I'm coming from very small positions. Sometimes I come from a point in the stock where it's actually going directly up afterwards. So you've seen this with Playtika, etc. So I found the right moment, but I was still not changing my strategy by telling myself, so no, I'm not buying now for 1,000 euros. I still buy only for 250 euros or 300 euros, small positions, averaging down when possible. Even if it goes up now, well, then it's good, I'm happy, but it doesn't mean that I need to buy now. Also, I don't like buying up so much, but that's a psychological anchor effect. So there's some that's a lot of psychology in trading deals with this element. So overall, the stock chart, I would say, looks terrible. Is it possible that it goes further down? I mean, if I look at the stocks chart, so let's say we're around about here in this level. So if we're going to fall under, more permanently under the 15 euros, if we're not coming back from the 15 euros, then it's actually possible. And let's be honest here, guys, it's very much possible that we fall to the 10 euros. So, and now you have to imagine, if you are buying sometimes too high, then averaging down is the only possibility to even come at the point where you do not lose money. But then on the other hand, you have to ask yourself, the money you use to average down, you cannot use for other investments. So maybe another investment would have been more interesting, because always use the total return approach. A total return approach, it means you take your whole portfolio together. So in my case, I take everything I have, like crypto, everything I take together, and then I'm asking myself, did I make money? Did I make more money by investing this money than, for example, simply having my money on my bank account? I'm not saying, oh, I'm just I'm better than the index. So that's not. I think that's a really weird way to calculate if you're better. So this would assume that you also invest in the index. So, but in general, people wouldn't invest necessarily in the index, and they also not invest in particular. In particular stocks. So I bought my next position. For me, it's good. I mean, it's a market cap of 209 million. I bought a little position. So I'm honestly telling you, don't buy now a position, because I expect, guys, I expect actually that we go down and we see it even further down. And then if this is going to happen, then, my friends, I will also obviously buy some more. So here is the Digital Pros news. That's maybe interesting to read. So overall, the information is fiscal year 23 group revenues at 160 million euros, so it's a minus of 13.2% year on year. Consolidated fiscal year 23 EBIT in a range between 19 and 21 million euro compared to 36 million realized last fiscal year. So ouch, 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 this hurts, guys. So So current market conditions are making the release of new games into the market somewhat challenging, they say. In particular, smaller budget video games with limited marketing spend, with limited marketing spend with which to drive the launch and create a consumer base. So smaller budget games that have smaller marketing budgets, they have problems at the moment. With a tightening economy, consumers are playing the same games for longer rather than spending on new and different experiences. Attracting gamers to new games IPs requires significantly larger marketing investments. I don't think so. No, I don't agree with this. Honestly, guys, I don't agree with this here. So they think the economy, that means people don't spend so much money on games. I mean, the Steam Summer Sale just happened, so it's still going on. That people would not spend so much money right now because of the economy. That might be okay, and therefore gamers play the same games for longer times than getting new games. So I mean, people play CSGO, Team Fortress, and all those games since eternity. So there are a lot of gamers that play like 5 games. They play no other games, but they're maybe not the consumers here. So I still bought games recently, and I would say I'm a classical consumer. So of course I have a lot of games, but in the end I'm also just a normal consumer. So I'm not going to play now a game like for 2 years because I cannot afford another game for 20 years. So the group has launched in the period. Now it comes Crime Rush Rock City launched end of the third quarter fiscal year. Crime Boss has met expectations and will continue to be supported by recurring drops of additional content. Assetto Corsa continued to outperform expectation, has contributed 24.5 million euro revenues for the full fiscal year. That's very interesting because this game has been sold on PC for so deep, cheap money. So Crime Boss has not been received very positively, and it's Epic Games exclusive. So I understand that Crime Boss is actually not a real success. It's not a success. They just say it has met expectations. This means it's not a success in my interpretation. Alongside the above properties, the group has also launched end of third quarter and during fourth quarter a significant number of new but smaller video games. These games have not met the expected results as originally forecast. So now it's the argument they made before. This has resulted in revenue significantly below expectation. Actual revenue show a decline of 13.2%. I had this already. So giving consideration to the above, it is now expected to be in a range between 19 and 21 million euros, already considering significant write-offs related to video games recently launched. The next fiscal year has already started. The launch of Ghost Runner 2 in the first half, together with the second version of Assetto Corsa and Eiyuden Chronicle 100 Heroes during the second half will strengthen the group's properties. These games significantly reduce risk for the current fiscal year as they are sequels of existing successful products that can benefit of exclusivity agreements to hedge risk. Now we have it again. Hedging risk, exclusivity deals. I don't like it. As a gamer, I don't like it. As an investor, they tell me as an investor, you should be happy about this. Because this is hedging the risk, Mr. Orange. We go Epic exclusive. we're hedging just the risk, Mr. Earn. So yeah, as a gamer, I don't like it. Just saying. As a result of that, the previous guidance of growing revenues for next fiscal years will remain in place. So this was the most important sentence in the whole discussion here. So Microsoft allowed to complete Activision Blizzard acquisition in the US. So here's the article. So I'm still not reading games industry biz articles here, since this is the great work of this great page that I really like a lot. So check this out. However, I want to show you, here is Brad Smith, Vice Chair and President of Microsoft. So Brad Smith, a cool guy. Our statement on the mutual request with the CMA for pause of our appeal in the UK court. So now we have the agreements in the US, and I think also in Europe, if I'm not mistaken. And now we just need to write it down below if we have it not in Europe now. So, but in the US we have it more or less. So it's not done already completely. So there is a possibility for an appeal. It doesn't mean they're going to appeal, so that the FTC can appeal, but doesn't mean they're going to appeal. Very often they don't appeal. So that's something we're going to know in a couple of days probably. And now it's just about the CMA. This is CMA. This is the agency, the authority, the competition market authority from the UK. Those are the ones that are making the problem. So the problems with the cloud gaming. So after today's court decision in the US, our focus now turns back to the UK. While we ultimately disagree with the CMA's concerns, we are considering how the transaction might be modified in order to address those concerns in a way that is acceptable to the CMA. In order to prioritize work on these proposals, Microsoft and Activision have agreed with the CMA that a stay of the litigation in the UK would be in the public interest. Smart guys. And the parties have made a joint submission to the Competition Appeal Tribunal to this effect. So yeah, keep it there. Because if we keep it there, and that's how I understand it, if we keep it there, now in the UK, so if we find a special deal, a special modification deal, this is only going to affect the UK consumers or the UK market. So now we need to find a deal that is affecting only the UK market, and then the rest of the world is going to be fine. And then the stock will also more or less, yeah, I guess it's going down through with $96. Here is another important tweet by Tom Warren. You know him, follow him on Twitter. He says, so what happens next with Microsoft's proposed Activision Blizzard deal? The FTC has to make a decision whether to appeal by Friday night. That's what I said already. If it walks away, the FTC, as it normally does, then Microsoft is free to close once the CMA negotiation is complete, yeah, he says there. Otherwise, it's up to the 9th Circuit Court of Appeals to decide whether it will hold the deal. I think the focus is on the CMA right now. Yeah, Brad Smith said it. Though Microsoft and Activision have agreed with the CMA to pause the appeal in the UK and try to work out some changes to its deals that will appease UK regulators or only affect the UK regulators. I would expect CAT agrees and we'll see a cloud gaming remedy in the UK here. So I think CMA, he wanted to write, allowing the CMA to get a result like the EU did, and for Microsoft to finalize and close the deal. It's all going to move pretty quickly now as the deal deadline of July the 18th approaches. We will bring you the latest as we get it. Yeah, that's it, guys. So very long video talking about two important companies for me right now. So the most important, of course, is Activision Blizzard. So I'm positive on the Activision Blizzard deal now. And hey, this is going to be a fantastic arbitrage. And of course, I'm going to be angry with myself that I didn't buy more stocks when we were around about $80. Other people were buying a lot of stocks then because they also said the downside risk would have been lower. So now again at 91, guys, I am personally would say I'm not buying now here more, even if it goes through, because here the downside risk is still quite high. Otherwise we would be at $96 right now. There's still a downside risk that, for example, the CMA is blocking it, they don't find a deal, the FTC makes an appeal, etc. Then we can still fall back to like the $80 or even under the $80. So, but this looks at the moment already pretty good. and yeah, pulls up my overall stock market portfolio, but it also pulls up massively my 20% position now here in my gaming portfolio. Of course, if Activision Blizzard disappears here from this portfolio, then I have to admit, and then also yeah, I'm going to have like now not $63,000 there anymore, so this will also drop them back to the $50,000, and then I will buy other stocks. So that's simple as it is. So I'm not going to take necessarily this money to invest it in gaming stocks. I just have to be very frank about this. So all right, so what do you think about Digital Bros, Activision Blizzard? Write it down below in the commentary section, and with that, I hope I can see you the next time again. And if you enjoy my videos, then yeah, watch some more. See you next time. Bye bye.